What's up guys, Card Protagonist here, and today we'll be doing a Vanguard 0 deck profile on Narukami Kaiser Vermillion. So this is the brand new limit break for the new clan, which is Narukami in Vanguard 0. And it's basically the Kagero of limit break era because it's used by Kai. And in the story, he actually forgotten that Kagero exists. Yeah, it's very funny. So anyway, today we're doing one of my favorite decks because it is Kaiser Vermillion. It's an extremely powerful card, especially in 0 because they actually made a revamp for the Vermillion. Basically, at cost of Count Blast 2, you got a card that behaves like Dragonic Overlord. Yeah, because at the cost of Count Blast 2, you can destroy every single front row, which is very important. If you guys know that destroying intercepts is one of the best ways to win in Vanguard 0. And this guy single-handedly destroys every single front row rearguard when he attacks. So Count Blast 2 and this unit gains a 2k attack power, so it does allows you to solo those cross-right units like DN and Phantom Blaster Overlord, and it gets the ability this unit battles all of your opponent's front row in one single attack. So when you attack, you attack the Vanguard and the intercepts. So this way, they have no way to block any attacks. So your rest of your rearguards will be free to destroy your opponents. So it is an extremely powerful ability at the cost of a cheap Count Blast 2. And this guy is one of the top tier decks that actually seen play in the championship as well. So a really powerful limit break card. I think maybe as good or even better than Azo in my opinion. And it's a very good card for sure. And it's really one of those decks that is very hyped in the limit break era. So let us quickly go on the deck profile and I'll explain the winning image of this deck. So for the starter this starter is actually really good. The Draco Kid, I think, Little Saishin is one of my favorite starters because when this unit boosts and attack hits the Vanguard, Count Blast 1 and Soul Charge it and retire one of opponent's grade 1 or less rearguards. So this guy makes all MLB users tremble, and it's really good because if you were to go first and your opponent at their grade 1 deals you 1 pound of damage, you can basically, before they ride their Blaster Blade, swing with a Vanguard and boost it. Count Blast 1, get rid of the Vanguard Brave. So if you're fighting against MLB, they are so afraid to deal you 1 pound of damage, and it's hilarious. So for the grade 1s, we play 4 copies of Perfect Guard, 95 attacks, pretty self-explanatory. 1 copy of the Rising Phoenix, a very good card because I only play 1 copy. You could play 2. I think the championship list plays 2. You play 1 only because Soul Blast 2 to draw a card, and I believe you have Soul Blast your 0 and 1. You can only use it once. We play 2 because you want to draw into it, obviously. But I play 1 because we still have a lot of good rearguards in this deck. AK Vanilla rearguards is still always good, you know, as a right target. And one of my favorite rearguards is actually the clone. I think Kagero has this clone. Whenever your opponent's rearguards retired, plus 3k, so it's basically a 10k booster. Not bad, because there's a lot of retiring here in the deck. We play Dragonic Kaiser, which is the Berserk Dragon of the deck. Reason why Narukami is so good because of Berserk Dragon. You could actually play budget variants of this deck because we do have Berserk Dragon in this deck. Alright, for the grade 2s, we play 4 copies of the Counter Charger, with Count Blast being so huge in Vanguard 0. In this deck especially because you have so many ways to use a Count Blast, with like Berserk Dragons and your Vermillion, which is the most important ability in this deck. 4 copies of Count Chargers is a must in this deck. 3 copies of the Intercept Denier. Very interesting skill. It's one of those decks that has the ability to deny opponents from using their intercepts. I believe there's another one. I think it's kind of like, this is like a mini blockade. So this is good because before you go Vermillion, you don't want your opponent to intercept in a way. So you can keep them there and just bypass the intercept and swing for face. Really good. And SPR looks very interesting. I pull a lot of him. Yeah. You guys don't know, I have like around 500 crafting materials because I put so many of this guy. Weird, I know. And next is one of the best cards in the game, Count Blast 2 Blaster Blade of the Narukamis. Count Blast 2 to retire 1 of your opponent's grade 2 or less rearguards. So basically the Berserk Dragon, really good. Get rid of intercepts means you can push in for more damage and potentially winning games, stealing games, in fact, with Count Blast 2, very good. 2 copies of Vanillas because we don't really have much to play. You could play more of the Intercept Denier. Intercept Denier is also pretty good late game. You can just call it and your opponent has 1 less intercept. So I might play 4 copies of it because late game, if you have run out Count Blast for your Vermillions, this guy steals games like the bandit he is. He's a bandit, yeah. So yeah, play more maybe. You can mix it up. But the most important are the Counter Chargers and the 4 Berserk Dragons, or Dragonic Kaiser. Cooler name. Very nice. Alright, let's go on to the grade 3s. 4 copies of our boss monster, Dragonic Kaiser Vermillion. Unfortunately, after 200 packs on the pool, 1 copy of him, so big F to my wallet. F in the chat, boys. Anyway, it will be out as a rank reward. So right now, just thankfully there's the rental system for me to do deck profile on it. So it has a buff ability, Limit Break 4, Count Blast 2. Last time was Count Blast 3, I'm not wrong. For this turn, it destroys the entire front row, and destroying the entire front row is so damn good in Vanguard 0. Dragonic Overlord, the base form Dragonic Overlord was so good because of the fact that it destroys front row, but this guy does it for Count Blast 2. Okay, Count Blast 2. That is amazing. And when this unit attacks the Vanguard, it gains plus 3k at the end of the battle. So it's a bonus skill. So yeah, basically with this you'll be hitting 16k base. You can just solo everything for 16k. Very strong. So it guarantees that you will destroy everything your opponent has. So very powerful. Clear off the front row, then your side can swing in for big numbers, and it wins games. Like retiring just wins games. The reason why MLB is so strong is because Blaster Blade is a thing, and you get Blaster Blade with Gatten Slot, and it's ridiculous. And this guy does it, makes it even crazier. The secondary right target we have is Sealed Demon Dragon Dangari. Dangari is actually really good in this game because of the fact that he has a cheap. First of all, retiring is so powerful in this game, and he has a very cheap cost of Count Blast 1 and to retire one of opponent's front row rearguards. Basically destroys an intercept at a cost of 1 Count Blast. So it's in a way kind of like Dragonic Kaiser Vermillion, except that you can only probably use his ability once because twice, because you only have 2 bind cards from the top of the deck unless you keep rewriting. That is a thing. You could rewrite to replenish your bind, which is your ammo. We call the bind zone the ammo. I love the animation of it. Like it just does a sniping thingy. Yeah. So you Count Blast 1 to retire front row. This is probably the cheapest retiring in the entire game. Yeah. And when this unit is placed, bind 2 cards from the top of the deck. So So unfortunately, there isn't much support for the Dangari currently, but I think in the future, the Crossrite season comes out and you have a starter that gives you more bow quivers, we call it. So that's a secondary right target. It's still a very good right target because Count Blast 1 to retire 1 is bonkers. We play 1 copy of Rumblegun Dragon. Remember the good old times where you play Goku in your deck. This boy is Goku. When you drive check, reveals a grade 3. When you check a trigger, you can try to retire one of opponent's grade 1 or less rearguards. So get rid of that pesky boosters. Not bad. Play 1 copy. And 4 copy of, I know a lot of you guys, OG's boy, the Thunderbreak Dragon. Those Narukami OGs usually pick up the Narukami deck, and off the bat you got it's such a cool looking dragon. It's honestly one of the best designed dragons. I mean, it made it to the Break Right season and had the Vowing Reverse, which is basically the same card with a different name. Vowing Reverse, yeah. So Limit Break 4 plus 5k attack power, not bad, you know. Late game, he does help you push for big numbers. And his my favorite ability is his Count Blast 2 to retire one of opponent's rearguards. Yeah. Basically, Count Blast 2 to steal games. Yeah. Yeah, basically is what it is. Basically, retiring this game is just stealing games, okay. So pretty simple winning image, just destroy their rearguards and just swing in hard. So without further ado, let's jump into rank and try this deck out. Naughty kids ought to be punished. So we're playing against Majestic Lord Blaster, Royal Paladins, top tier deck, a really common deck right now because MLB is really too consistent, and with Blaster Blade it is way too good. So we have a good grade 1 and grade 2 lineup, but unfortunately we will have to try to take it to a grade 3. So I'm going to keep my PG as a grade 1. Hopefully I draw another grade 1. And perfectly we drew the Vermilion Kaiser. So this will be a pretty interesting game. One thing to note is that Narukami actually has a pretty decent matchup against this deck because of the fact that we do have the Draco Kid right here. So if my predictions are right, he most likely won't be attacking my grade 1. So that will give her a bit of advantage in the early game as well. So it all depends on how he plays, and I have to make a judgment whether he does have the pieces for MLB in his hand. Whether I should damage deny him. Most likely I won't be damage denying him because I don't really see a point of doing that. He doesn't pass. Might be a grave mistake for that. Because we also have the counter charger, so it's definitely very worth it to swing and retire his Wingle Brave. So I'm gonna see what kind of moves I can do here. I think the safest move is just to swing in and just retire his rearguard. So I'm going to swing into his Vanguard. Whiffing, but doesn't matter. We can do a combo. He gets a draw trigger. Pretty lucky. So I'm going to retire the Gwingale Brave, not letting him get any of that extra MLB pieces and counter charge. So really good combo, and this is basically the optimal grade 2 ride. Yep, so it's his turn. Let's see what his move. He might misgrade if he does not have MLB pieces. So this is why Narukami does have a bit of edge over MLB. He rides the Blaster Duck. But I'm still not too safe here because he might still out advantage me with the amount of triggers he might be pulling. He does have Blaster Blade. If he rides a Blaster Duck, most likely he does have extra Blaster Duck in his hand. So we gotta take note of that. So it comes down to whether he has the MLB pieces. He seems to be going on the offense right now. He has a magic number, 19k, very dangerous. So even if I put a defensive trigger, I will still be taking 2 points of guaranteed damage this turn. But it's okay, since I'm playing Limit Break deck, I don't mind taking the damage early game. He gets a draw trigger. I was pretty afraid of him sucking too much triggers. I get a draw trigger to counter back, not bad. Right now, I'm actually just hoping that I can draw enough PG to last the entire game. Also, the one problem this deck might have against MLB is the fact that he can damage deny you at 3 damage, and most of my counterblast will be depleted. So there are 2 options for me to go, but I think the best option right now is just to go for the Vermillion. Call out the rearguard.
Dragonic Kaiser Vermillion.
So I'm going to deny his intercept so that next time I can burst off with a Vermillion Thunderbolt. With this I have actual magic numbers, so it's alright. I will be probably keeping some of the rearguards because calling more of them doesn't really matter. I won't be able to hit most of them in, so I'm just gonna go right into battle. Swing with Vermillion, hopefully I can check a heal trigger. The draw trigger, pretty good. Power it to the side. Unfortunately checks 2 PGs. First power damage. As you guys can see, the intercept prevention is really good with Narukami. Gets a heal, it whiffs. Not too bad. So right now is his MLB turn. The good thing is I actually denied his unit from staying, so he will have to flood a very bad line to call MLB. I don't really know whether he still has MLB. He probably has it with all the draw triggers he's been pulling. So he's thinking what to write. He fails to write MLB, and that's the power of Saishin. That's why I really like Saishin. If you're an MLB player, I guess you got to watch out for Saishin. When I see Saishins, I usually just I'm not attacking that for one turn, you know. That one Saishin could kill you unless you do have your pieces. I would usually just try not to get Saishined. Really powerful. It's basically actually Kagero kind of can do it. Kagero has the Gatling Claw Dragon, which is one of those starters that the original TCG Dot has been using. So he discards. Very interesting. With him not being able to go to the MLB, he will be giving me an extra damage. He gets a draw trigger, but we cannot let our guard down because some of these players are very sacky. I get a draw trigger. Okay, fair. I got the Dangari. Okay. I do have limit break online, but the problem is it worth it? It might not be worth it to use, so it's okay. For now, I need to hold on to limit break because either way, if he's like not trying to call rearguards because he's afraid of limit break, he's losing out as well. So there's a lot of back and forth going with this deck. So we're gonna go for a right skip. As long as I'm able to get rid of his rearguards, it is good enough. What I'm gonna do this. It's gonna call the intercept. Don't invoke the swing because I wanna maintain my counterblast. So battle. Swing to the side. Swing this. Hopefully get a draw trigger, not bad. Counter charger. If the counter would have come earlier, I would definitely have caught that. I actually would have used the counter blast skill. So pretty balanced damage here. Now let's drive him to 5. And it's possible to win on the next turn because with Vermillion, being able to clear the front row is just so amazing. So it all comes down to whether he's able to check a kill trigger to make a comeback. And of course, the number of PGs in his hand really will determine the outcome of this game. He does not check. He did check quite some triggers. So once again, he's pulling off the Burst Blaster. Classic MLB strength, which is retiring. Retiring is just way too good in Vanguard 0, and it's the reason why games are stolen. But damn, no one beats the king of retiring like Dragonic Kaiser Vermillion. So he's gonna tap. So I'm definitely betting that he's gonna call more rearguards, otherwise he's just gonna lose out. Expected, he calls the Blaster Dark. He does need to put a booster behind, otherwise he'll be losing out. He will miss one of the attacks. So the only way I think he could play is he checks a crit, I nullify the crit, and his Blaster Blade swings. He gets a draw trigger. So it now comes down to how many PGs he has. He must have 3 PGs. Otherwise it's game. So this is amazing, man. Alright, let's do this Vermillion. So another rearguard, very nice. Right skip. Let's not forget, very important to always remember to activate Vermilion skill first. So limit break. Break through the limits, let's go. The best part is I do have counter charges, so if he won't be getting away. Call more rearguards. You don't really need to boost Vermilion because he'll be swinging everyone. And you could call more intercepts if you want to. Probably will do that. And I will still save the Counter Blast just in case he actually has 3 PGs. Don't invoke. And let's go on to the battle phase. So the amazing thing about Vermillion is he attacks all 3 rearguards. So the opponent is definitely gonna eat lots of damage. He has the PG 3 times. PG once. Let's see if all 3 PGs. Does he have PGs? He doesn't have the PG. He gets the heal trigger. Damn. This is why you never know what happened in Vanguard. I can't swing it for now, so I will just have to pass my turn, unfortunately. But he might still be able to win the game if he does have the Blaster Blade. And unfortunately, he can use Alfred to call out a rearguard. He is right the MLB, a very interesting choice right now. So he does have the Blaster Blade, expected. So he does have to call one more Blaster Duck here. He have another Blaster Blade. That is really unfortunate for me. So will he Burst Blaster? I don't see the point of him Burst Blastering, honestly. He does have the Blaster Duck. He has all the pieces. So I am unable to survive for sure because I will have to PG his Blaster Blade, unfortunately. And the only way I can make it out alive is the double healing. Well, there's 4 heals in the deck, or 3 heals in the deck rather. So it all comes down to this. So do I check 2 heals or lose? This game, it's okay, it's GG. Like, to be fair, this game actually demonstrated how Vermillion works, and Vermillion is amazing. Like, to be fair, he death healed out of this game, but I think Vermillion honestly did a good job. So do check it out. I do feel Vermillion is worth building, especially with the blood coming out in the future as support. Right now, Vermillion is still very solid. With 2 Counter Blasts being able to wipe the front row, it's still an amazing deck. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoy. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed my deck profile on the Dragonic Kaiser Vermillion Narukami deck. Limit Break is honestly one of the best Limit Break decks right now, and I find it really consistent. So once again, thank you guys for watching. If you'd like to see more Vanguard Zero deck profiles from this set and more features, be sure to like and subscribe to this channel. Until next time, peace out!